Welcome back, my friends. It is time for you and for me to get our minds aligned with the truth of God for today. And I have a question for you this morning. Have you ever felt intimidated by someone else? Have you ever had someone say to you that they were intimidated by you? The reason I'm asking about intimidation is because I think there are one of two things going on when we feel a sense of intimidation in relationship to another person. You see, there is what I believe would be an actual sin of intimidation, where someone is intentionally coming across in an overbearing, demeaning, intimidating, truly intimidating kind of way, where they're trying to subject you to their will through whatever kind of demeanor they're presenting to you. It could be threatening. It could just be overly strong. It could be loud, but it's done intentionally, and that's the key word here, intentionally, to intimidate you. Now, I believe that would be a sin and that would be wrong. But when we say we feel intimidated by someone else, that's not typically what we're meaning, is it? We mean that the other person seems to have it all together. And therefore, we look at ourselves and we feel a little insecure or incapable ourselves, right? That's usually how we use the word intimidating. Or if we say, that person makes me feel intimidated, that's what we're referring to, is the feelings we have being around that person. The person we're describing may be totally oblivious to the way that we are feeling around them. And in fact, I think 90% of the time, the way we are feeling is not their fault. They oftentimes may be a confident individual. They may be a good-looking person. Sometimes intimidation comes from that sort of a comparison. They may be someone who actually is more mature in their life or in their faith, and so therefore they do have it more together than we do on the outside. And so intimidation in this kind of a situation is really an issue of our own insecurity and our own self-doubt, not believing who Jesus has made us to be. It really is not the fault of that other person. And what I think is sad is that we say that about someone else, they make me feel intimidated, putting the blame on them, not realizing the issue really is with us, not with them. Now, I haven't even read a lick of scripture yet. Why am I bringing up intimidation? Well, it's because of what Peter says here in 2 Peter chapter 1, verses 12 and 13. He says, "Therefore I intend always to remind you of these qualities, though you know them and are established in the truth that you have. I think it right, as long as I'm in this body, to stir you up by way of reminder." You see, Peter's goal was to encourage people, even though these people that he's speaking to, by Peter's own admission, are already knowledgeable of the things he's reminding them, and in fact, are established in them. And someone on the receiving end of that could feel kind of intimidated by Peter, couldn't they? They could feel a little resentful. Why is he telling me these things? I already know this. Who does he think he is? Why does he seem to think that I'm so much in need of this? See, folks, we on the receiving end of encouragement toward good things have got to learn to be humble ourselves. We've got to recognize the other person's motive is not and may not be that they see some flaw in us. It may be that they see good in us and they want to spur it on to a greater degree of good, to a greater degree of growth. And so I want to challenge you today to take a deeper look at yourself when you feel intimidated, when you feel someone's giving you instruction and perhaps something in you says they shouldn't be doing that, because the issue may not be with them. The issue may be an insecurity in you. That meetup in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I don't have time to get into all the details, but you can find them in the description on your podcast player for this episode. And please RSVP to careygreen.com. I would love to see you there. I would love to meet your family. I would love to hear your story. Please come join us on March 22nd.